O Show. This is the Big 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 O Show. This.
Where can you take $10,000 off the 2026 Acura MDX? There's just one place, Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
Set the rhythm of your smart home with Sloman Shield Blink, the new integrated smart home platform that automates your life just the way you want it. Sloman Shield Blink, be the maestro of your own home.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
It's game day at Toyota of Hollywood. Our all-stars are here to give you our MVP experience. Join the fun and feast on discounts up to $4,500. Huddle up and score big on a 25 Corolla. Not $26,000, $17,988. It's a tailgate party you don't want to miss. So gobble up the savings at the #1 volume Toyota dealer. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Price, service, selection. Get all this and more at South Florida's #1 loved Subaru store. Subaru of Pimp. Price, service, selection. Get all this and more.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Ray Dolphins. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Ray Dolphins can help.
Where can you drive the new Acura TLX for only $399 a month? There's just one place, Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
All righty. Good morning, boys and girls. Time to rock and roll here on the show. A little late. We apologize. Funny things happen sometimes. There's 5 Fridays in this month. So we do the first appearance usually in the second week of the month and the fourth week of the month on a regular month. But when we have 5, we have to decide between each other, hey, are we doing the second or the third week as the first show? I woke up this morning. I thought I was home for the first show. Sean Stanley was set up here at Acura Pembroke Pines. So one window pops up, another window pops up, and he says, that window's not supposed to pop up. And then he calls me. Says, I thought we were at Acura. I go, well, we didn't really talk about it. So,
my bad.
It's all right. I'm not going to make the man tear down all the equipment and go back. I'll come over. Okay. It's the right thing to do. It is what it is. So that's the reason why we're late. You know, it's shit happens, man. You know, it's life. And I'm brutally honest. You know, that's kind of how it goes. But anyway, we'll have some fun on the show. On a beautiful Friday, April 10th, 2026, day number 100 of the year. Day number 100 of the year. And it is day number 19,076 since the Miami Dolphins won the world championship. And it's day number 8,859 since the Miami Hurricanes won the national championship. So we've got that going on. David Furones will join us with our Welton Ray Miami Dolphins report. We'll have a little fun with him. We got a couple of Dolphin angles to talk about today. The Heat has no angle. They got no tango. They can't do it. I mean, it's pathetic that an idiot like me sees every wrong thing they're doing the last 10 years and says, like, yo, what are you guys doing? And, they just go about their ways. And if anybody really thought that this team was going to be anything special, well, it's reality hitting you in the face. It's, so many people finally coming to the grips that Bam's not a star, bro. By the way, he's the only guy to score 80-plus points and not be a star. Nice stat. So it is what it is. And this front office is incompetent. They can't do it anymore. Refuse, whatever, but they're not doing it. And it's proof and proof. And it's so proof that they fight the league because they want everybody to be like them. And dude, it's nobody wants to be like you. Everybody's doing the other thing. Tanking and getting picks. And you're the idiots that keep thinking that, oh, let me do the right thing. Well, if it's a great example. I think you've been with me long enough to heard me say this. Or no, you weren't with me during when it was happening. When the Yankees were winning a bunch of titles and people were bitching, oh, they're buying this player and that player. And was it illegal? Was it illegal at any point? Wasn't illegal. This isn't Alabama back in the day putting some money under the table, or Texas or Ohio State or whatever, how they used to do things instead of before pre-NIL. No, this was all above the table. The Yankees followed the rules. The rules allowed them to spend more, and if they had to pay a tax when that came around, then they paid the damn tax. The Dodgers are doing the same shit, and they're winning the titles. That's what they want to do. Those are the rules. So until you change the rules, play by the rules. The Miami Heat are the only team that refuses to play by the rules to the detriment of the franchise. Gnarls Barkley, 3, 2, 1. Ain't that some shit? These are the 2 points I've made to you about the Miami Heat over the last couple of weeks. The Miami Heat refuse to play by the rules to the detriment of their franchise. The Miami Heat, here's the other point I made to you a couple weeks ago or last week, whenever the hell it was. The Miami Heat refused to be a lottery team when being a lottery team is what brought them 3 titles. Because without being a lottery team, you get no Dwayne Wade. So you don't get the 3 titles. You don't even get Jimmy Butler to take you at least to 2 trips to the finals. Like, the most ignorant shit is happening in the Miami Heat organization. I don't understand it. These are really smart people. These are really good people. These are hardworking people. This is a great organization. I don't understand what they are doing. Please explain to me my 2 points, and how is it that you are ignorant enough to go against it? The rules are there. and they don't go buy them? You're allowed to tank. Nobody's doing anything to anybody tanking. Meanwhile, Detroit is way ahead of you now. San Antonio, OKC, Houston, all these teams that are tanking. And the lazy people just use Philadelphia. If you're incompetent and you don't know how to tank and you can't do it right, well, yeah, that's going to happen. Look at the Dolphins. They're incompetent. They've been incompetent for decades. That happens. But I think the Heat are very competent. I actually think if they went to the lottery, I think they would end up with a star or two at one point or another. If they went into the lottery for 3 or 4 years, don't you feel that they would end up with a star or two? Right? They get with pretty good players in the teens. They find pretty good players in the later teens. And they develop them into good role players, dude. But they don't develop any stars because it's kind of a real hit and miss at that point to find a star. The stars are going to be found early. And this franchise refuses to go by the rules because they have some snobby-ass standard. And what's worse, being where you're at now or going to the lottery? This. There's no future here. In the lottery, you might find a future. His name is Dwayne Wade, too. Part 2. That's what you need. You need Dwayne Wade Part 2. And they don't get it. They don't get it. And then you've got Spo sounding like a crazy person. Trying to justify, oh, no, we should be better. Oh, it's the effort and this. Or it's, it's like, get the hell out of here with this already, bro. It's not Spo's fault at all. It's the front office and the ownership that they suck. And I'm the only one in town that's willing to say all this shit. Some of them are now starting to get here, but I've been here for a while. I've been here for a couple of years. And, I'm glad that they're joining me on the no stars on this team island finally, because a shit ton of people were wrong in this organization, media, fans. And that's what's going on here. They refuse to play by the rules, and they refuse to do what made them. Because if you don't get Wade, it doesn't justify everything else. If you have no championship banners and you're 30 years in, we would have been happy with some winning and they went to the playoffs, but they didn't win anything. But if you don't land Wade, you don't win those titles. So if you weren't a lottery team, you never would have that history. And you refuse to go by the rules. Those are the rules. You get to tank. That's exciting. Isn't it exciting this year? There's a few players that everybody wants. It's super exciting. If you're in the lottery, you're now you have something to look forward to. I have nothing to look forward to with the Miami. I had nothing to look forward to in this season, the season before. I wasn't expecting shit. But I was in reality. Even when they were in the finals, I was in reality. In Spanish, we love to say, se reventó. And that's exactly what happened in those trips to the finals. You got super lucky. The stars aligned. You weren't that good. And you're not smart enough to figure that out. I mean, it's sad, dude. It's sad. It's sad what the Miami Heat have become. They've become a mediocre organization. They make mediocre decisions. They don't do what's best for themselves. It's the weirdest thing. They used to be super selfish at doing what's best for themselves all the time, and they were great at it. Now the system changed, and they refuse to change with the system. $128, $114 last night. Another ass kicking. Tonight at 7, they'll take on the Wizards. They're favored by 18 points. I got to tell you something. I don't even know. I wouldn't even put the money on them. Tonight's you're on a back-to-back, and you're favored by 18 points. I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of lay an egg and win by only 8 or 10, is what I'm saying. They'll beat the Wizards, but I don't know. Maybe you're on a back-to-back, man. Maybe the Wizards come out and give you a little bit of a game, but 18, it's minus 2,000 on the money line. You got to be insane. Sunday, by the way, they wrap up the season against the Hawks at 6:00. It's just, yes. Yeah. It sucks for us as a show because there's nothing to talk about, dude. I'm not going to, you guys know, I don't bullshit you guys. There's nothing in Dolphins land to talk about right now. There's nothing to talk about with the Heat. There's nothing to talk about with the Panthers. So, and I don't fall for the fraudulent Marlins or anything, none of that shit. So, and you guys don't really want to talk Inter. So it's really, really tough sledding in the offseason. We're like desperately waiting for the draft. And again, that's nothing. It's just hypothetical bullshit that we're going to talk. Oh, we got the draft picks. We got it. And then in the end, we're all going to say, well, now we got to see if they can do something on the field, if these guys can coach, same BS. So, but what are you going to do? Anyway, we are here at Acura of Pembroke Pines at 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75 and Pines, baby. Come on out, say hi. And, of course, come on out, get a great deal on an amazing automobile. All right, see my guy Larry Schlossberg. Tell him that Big O sent you. And if you own an Acura, Mike Chan, Jordan Ferber, great people out there. I can see the MDX from here, $499 a month, the 2026 model, $499 a month for the 2026 model. That's a joke. 3.9% financing for 60 months. Come on out, man. Take advantage. The RDX, my wife drives it every day. Drove it to work today. 2026, $399 a month, 3.9% financing. The ADX, $319 a month, second year model. $319 a month, 2026, 3.9% financing. The Integra, super sharp. And check out the sports package one. But the regular Integra, $249, 2.9% financing for 60 months. But seriously, the one with the sports package, that Integra is absolutely badass. Come on out here. I'll make you a great deal. Tell them that Big O sent you. At Craig's Inns, Acura of Pembroke Pines. All right. I was not friends. That was funny yesterday. The war's gotten so bad they will now want to go back to Epstein. Anyway. What do we got going on in the market? Let's see. Bitcoin. We got good news. Yeah, no, we got good news. We're at 73,000 right now. We are going up. We are 3% up. The Dow is down 120. Again, not bad, considering what's coming and everything else, because there will be no agreement. This is all a facade. Like I said, when they did this a couple of days ago, whatever it was, this is all a facade. This war will continue. More troops are going. It's the ground invasion's coming. It's really sad. Really, whatever. Anyway, so the markets are going to feel it really, really bad. So be prepared. That's my prediction. Not that it's financial advice. By the way, inflation rose to 3.3%. U.S. energy inflation surged to 10.9% in March, biggest jump since 2005. The gas price jump is the biggest since 1967. So all this kind of stuff is going to catch up to everything going on eventually. Yeah, it's all going as planned. Exactly. So be careful playing the markets and what's going on, because I could see a lot more craziness coming, because, what Iran put out and what U.S. put out are completely different things, right? And the funny part is that the people in the middle, Pakistan, they were like, no, orangutan, you're lying. Actually, Lebanon was included. It's here. And, so the lying continues and all that. And so it just, nobody can trust anybody. You're not going to trust Iran. And unfortunately, our people you can't trust. So, it's really bad. It's really bad. So, and all they do is play with the markets and everything else. So be careful, please be careful. Be careful. There's a lot of dirty shit going on in the markets. A lot of stuff. Okay. They know when the good and the bad news is coming, and they're playing the markets before, and they're putting shorts and longs, and they're cashing in hundreds of millions of dollars. So be careful. That's all I can tell you. There you go. And we thank our friends at R&M Contractors for your crypto segment, as I believe that as things get worse, it feeds Bitcoin. I'm not going to tell you crypto, because once a lot of stuff, until you get the bill passed, that will help out crypto. But I think eventually Bitcoin is the one that profits from everything else, because you can't duplicate it. You can't control it. It's not run by governments. So people from all over the world, as all of their currencies die, like ours, look what's going on in Japan right now. Look what's going on in Germany. It's going to end up happening. Not a financial advice, but it's surviving wars, it's surviving recessions, it's surviving pandemics. And here we are in another crisis, and it continues to survive. And, I don't know how much more to tell you. And by the way, for all the quantum computing talk that goes out there, by the way, Bitcoin is impossible pretty much to hack, right? But bank accounts are not. 401ks are not. Social Security is not. Private banks are not. Those are way easier to decrypt and hack than Bitcoin. And by the way, there's trillions and trillions and trillions more in all those areas. So they're going to attack the easier areas. If anything, if quantum computing is ever going to be bad, which it won't, it'll improve everything. Everything will get quantum extensions. That's what it will be. Everything will end up getting, upgraded and all that kind of stuff to quantum. That's what's coming. That's how it's going, because every company has to invest in it. Once it becomes a thing, everything then will get encrypted in that way and get the extensions that it needs. So all of that is going to end up being worked out. But before they even get to Bitcoin, they're going to get to everything else, which is easily hacked all the time. Bitcoin's never hacked. It's never been hacked. So that's the difference. And there's a fraction of the money that's in Bitcoin than there is in banks. So they're going to go get the easy money. It's the funny part that people talk about. So it's, where is it safest? You know what I mean? We thank R&M Contractors. And if you need a complete remodel, kitchen upgrades, waterproofing, terrace, balcony, flood test report, impact windows, door installations, bathroom upgrades, reach out to my guys, Ray and Mike. Their work is top-notch, man. You want to make a sauna in your home, whatever it is you want to do, they do excellent work. They will blow you away. The videos they put up, RMC Fisher Island on Instagram. That's RMC Fisher Island, R&M Contractors. Call my guy, Ray and Mike, 305-345-3649. NorCal, 2 more weeks to get ready for 203 squats with 135 pounds. You are a crazy bastard, and we love you. Jay Bird, I hope you had a good birthday, by the way, last week. Jay Bird, he says, my birthday is Monday. Nice. But I'm celebrating tomorrow at the Fort Lauderdale United and Jacksonville game at 4 o'clock. Nice. Health and Wellness Day at Beyond Bank Card Field. Come on out and get your tickets. FTLUTD.com. Ladies are playing well. Entertainment, family friendly, and also affordable compared to what goes on out there. So, and great games for the kids and stuff like that. So come on out. It's the former practice field of the Dolphins, but now they made it a stadium all the way around. So it's pretty cool. And it'll be growing. They'll add more stuff to it. Kosa is in the house. Lisa Rose. Lenny Pena. Think Blue Dodgers is smashing it. Please smash the like button. Don't forget, you can also make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can send in your questions, comments, insults, all kinds of good stuff. Alexis Palenzuela, Miles Deep in Vegas, Jeff in Long Island, Big Johnson, Anthony Kyle Campos, Drew. What else? Drew getting a little crazy there. Does he know the rules? I don't think he knows the rules on the show. Does he know the rules on the show? Do you know the rules on the show, Drew? Yeah. You posted a lot. Sean? You posted a lot. It was past tense, not present. I post a lot. You posted a lot. That is your English lesson for the day. You posted a lot. That's what happened. Now the chat board looks nice. See? Now it looks good. Now it looks like normal human beings, not assholes trying to bring attention to themselves, thinking that this is their show or something. No, I think that the title of the show says it, right? The Big O Show, right? Okay. So just make sure that, All right. 6193, good morning, sir, from New England. Thank you for tuning in, as always. Ty in the Bronx, you stud. Eric, thank you. Thank you. Big O ticket prices for the World Cup are out of control. Yeah, I read Hal Habid's article in the Palm Beach Post, and I kind of knew about it. Dude, FIFA is one of the most corrupt organizations in the world. Okay? I mean, what are we going to do? The Olympic Committee, corrupt. I mean, this, and we all know it. I was just telling you about how corrupt the stuff is going on in our government, and especially at the top with, how they're playing the markets and how everybody's tracking all these big bets and plays that are made just before these announcements, and how these announcements come right after the markets close and right before markets open and all that. And there's all you have to do if you have a brain. If you don't, you just, and you see obviously what's going on. Some of you have caught up on it, so you're figuring out how much of a grift is going on. Same thing here. What is FIFA? What is the Olympic Committee? Grifters, dude. It's what they are, and unfortunately, it's about they just kill you with ticket prices, and they make you pay. And concerts have become like that too. Some of them get to a point where I would just say, no, dude, I'm not going. Like Metallica at the Sphere and all that. It gets to a point where, no, dude, yeah. I've seen you many times, but I'm not going to pay that kind of money for that. It gets to a point where it's just not worth it.
And so it's disgusting. It really is disgusting. And by the way, I think ticket sales aren't necessarily like absolute. Well, we are the only major nation in the world with tourist decline in 2025. Sorry about the facts. Okay? America, tourist decline. I wonder why. So tourists also may not want to come from other countries to come to the World Cup because they might get hassled. You know? And so this is also hurting you financially. So I guess they're charging more because the demand is not the same. So it's all a scam, dude. It's all a scam. FIFA's always been the dirtiest organization out there with the Olympic Committee. So I'm not surprised. And we're the ones that always freaking lose, dude. Look at the buyout now on Netflix. How's that Netflix bill? Come on, man. It's we're the ones at the end of the totem pole constantly. So I'm really not surprised at all. 6193. I'll watch it on television, my friend. I'm good. It's not like the USA has got a chance at gold. It's not like they're gonna be the best team in the world. Win the Olympics or win the World Cup. It is, So I'm good. I'm good watching it at home. Internationally, we're nothing anyways. Draft a few weeks away. Lineman, Mike. Amen to you. That and let's get some build up that line. Please protect this quarterback. Okay, look, I've learned this, and you've learned this. These guys love Malik Willis. They think he's a franchise quarterback that just needs a little more grooming. Okay, I don't believe it. Okay, I disagree completely with that. But from what I've seen, I disagree with it. They have a different assessment. Okay, whether you agree or disagree, that doesn't matter anymore. Now that you brought him here, effing take care of him, dude. Now that you signed Malik Willis and you believe in him, well, bro, don't make him run around for his life like Ryan Tannehill and Tua Tagovailoa, who both had to play in their first year under shit. Well, Tua always played behind a shit line. So he was always under pressure. Handing off the ball, he was under pressure. So you cannot bring a young quarterback and then not protect him. So you've got two reliable linemen. We don't know about the left guard yet. He has to cross he got better towards the end, but not enough. And then the right tackle, we all know can play his ass off, but he's had injury issues now. And then you've got no right guard. So I'm with Mike. Lineman, please protect this kid, bro. Go get me receivers. Go get me linemen. Go get me D linemen. Let's build up the lines, but protect this kid. Protect him. Because if you believe in him, you'll never get to find out if he's getting killed and if he's running for his life. It's impossible to assess anyone in those kind of situations, and I'm used to it. Because that's how I always assess quarterbacks, because that's the Dolphin way, not the Green Bay way. So if they want to get close to the Green Bay way, they need to put a team in front of that kid and protect him. So I agree with you, Mike, but if you believe in him that much, help him succeed. If you don't, you're going to look like the idiot. It's going to be a strike on you. And you're not doing a good job of building a team because you went and brought a young quarterback and didn't protect him, like other Dolphin organizations of the past. What else? Horn Dog, good morning to you, sir. Lenny says, I never root for my team to lose, but the best thing that can happen to the Heat is to lose that first play-in game so they involuntarily get into the lottery and have a chance at a potential superstar. Yeah, I guess so. That's not what they're going to do. They're going to try to win and kill themselves to win, even though they have no chance of making any impact in the playoffs anyway. Whatever, bro. Again, I don't understand the Heat. There must be some money reason why they let go of Rozier now. I don't understand why they held on to him here. I don't understand why they didn't trade him. So, I don't even understand why they signed him in the first place and gave up a first rounder. They get what they deserve on that one, to be quite honest. And then they lost out on the salary slot. They weren't able to trade it away. Oh, my God. Brian Landis says, what up from sunny South Kakalaki? I guess that's South Carolina. Okay. I didn't know that was... Okay. All right. I didn't know that they were referred to as a Kakalaki. Didn't know. Karoon says, there's this one financial guy that I watched that helps couples. 2 episodes in a row were couples that were going broke due to Taylor Swift tickets. LOL. Well, one of the reasons they were broke. Yeah, dude. I mean, and she charges crazy for the tickets, crazy for the shirts, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. The U.S. men's national team isn't even going to make it out of its own group. Yeah. I mean, not that I would spend the money. Not that I have the money to buy tickets for a gold level game for the USA. Bro, you know how much money those tickets would be? There's no way I would be able to afford that shit. So, yeah, no. I'm screwed. I'm fine. I'll watch it on television, dude. Good. I'm at a point in my life that I've watched so much already. I've done so much. I'm good, dude. Watching on television, relax. I don't need to be at all these places anymore. It's not a big thing for me anymore, So, Big O, do the venues set the prices or band management? It's all a collective. Yeah. It's up. The bands control a lot of it because U2 ticket prices are never crazy. Never crazy. I get on the floor for U2 every time, $100, $125. Pat in Nashville is my witness because I know he's been to as many or more, I don't know, U2 conscious than I have, and they control it. They don't. The Cure does not allow like a crazy number. Pearl Jam does too. They kind of charge a reasonable amount. Now there are bands like Metallica. They are cashing in, bro. Cashing in. They charge like crazy. You know what I'm saying? So some bands, Taylor Swift, she charges up the ass. It's just kind of the way it goes. Bruce Springsteen, he's been out of control for the last. I haven't seen Bruce in the last couple of tours because the prices to his concerts are just absolutely ridiculous. Dude, I walked in to the Orange Bowl in '85 for like $20 or something. Are you kidding me? For the Born in the USA tour. Like, no, dude. Like, no. I'm not doing that. Not doing that. I've seen Springsteen a few times. So, but I'm not going to go pay the crazy ass prices that Springsteen is charging nowadays. So, yes, the artist has a lot of control and influence on it too. Okay. So, yeah, the ticket venues, they charge what they charge, and you're not going to be able to do anything about that unless you try to go around it and sell your own tickets, which that really doesn't happen. So that part they can't control, but they can control how much they charge you. There are bands that charge a decent price and they make their money, but they don't go killing you, and I really respect that. Let's see. Frankie says he thinks the USA will make it at least out of the group. Well, all right. I don't think so. I'm with Coase on that one. Big O, everything is outrageous. Gas for Vegas is $5 a gallon. I never saw this out there. Yeah. Well, bro, this is a stupid ass war that we had no plans, no nothing, and then you didn't think about the catastrophic repercussions of it, how it affects, you're affecting everyone's economy now. It's not just us, dude. The Far East is, oh my God, all those countries are hurting big time with gas lines. They're what's that called? Rationing, because they just don't have enough. And apparently jet fuel in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we're going to be like at really low levels. So it's just not good, bro. Not good. Not good. He's ready. Oh, all right, let's go. The man, the myth, the legend, David Furones and our Welton Ray Miami Dolphins report.
All rise, football fans, as the Welton Ray Miami Dolphins report with David Furones is in session.
Welton Ray has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They are committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. Here's Miami Dolphins insider David Furones.
He is the man, the myth, the legend, getting it done, David Furones. And David, what everyone wants to know is, are Rossini and Vrabel banging?
Oh my God, you're gonna hit me with that right off the bat?
It's a lot better than talking Dolphins. Go ahead.
Oh man, I've been trying to avoid this topic on
but you're on the wrong show. You're on the wrong show, bro. On this show, there's no fence straddling. You see those pictures? Your wife is Diana Rossini, and she says, "Nah, I went out of my way 125 miles to go drive over there to pay for a $2,000 romantic getaway. And I ran into Mike Vrabel, hung out with him at the pool, held hands, locked fingers, looking out at the rocks." They're banging. I mean, if they're not banging, no man does all of that without the payoff. I'm just saying.
Big O, yeah, we all know what we're seeing when we look at those images. But yeah, I mean, I will say, I like Diana Rossini. Every time I see her at national,
she's fantastic. Fantastic. I love her vibe.
Friendly. Yeah, she's one of the few insiders that follows me back. National insiders who follows me back, so I appreciate that.
She's dude. Joy Taylor looks like a cool person. She does.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't know her from Adam. Okay. Don't know her from Adam. She looks like a cool person. She effed up. So what? We all F up, dude. We all F up. And the problem is the optics are impossible to argue. And that's the problem that I would think that specific husband and wife, when they see that, dude, come on. I showed it to my wife and she was like, oh my God, they're definitely cheating. She was like convinced, like, well, what Cuban woman is going to see those pictures of you? Come on, dude.
No way. No way.
Exactly, bro.
I don't do. No.
Yeah. Chancletazo. They're throwing
I was just going to say exactly that. You're going to get the chancleta.
Yeah, you're going to get everything, bro. Are you kidding me? The mother-in-law is going to
frying pan over the head.
Yeah, dude. I mean, are you kidding me? And that's where, unfortunately, Vrabel's golden. You realize that, right? He's golden.
You think he's golden here?
Oh, my God, yes. The owner is in an Asian day spa. They drafted a killer that was part-time playing football and killing people. The original quarterback that won 6 titles left another woman with a kid and said, see you later. The second woman with 2 or 3 kids and said, no, I'd rather go back to Tampa than would be with you. Okay. We're talking about the perfect organization to be a guy committing affairs. There is no, by the way, they had Stephon Diggs, who was impregnating women every other month while he was playing there with the Patriots, and they were delivering babies every other month while he was there and fighting with Cardi B and girlfriends in the stands. This is the perfect organization that if you're going to commit affairs, you want to play for the Patriots.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I don't think there's any coach who, okay, just because you're having an affair, that would be some fireable offense. It depends on.
Not at all. Not at all. My point is, in the Patriots, they celebrate this, so it's all good.
I don't know if they Tell him.
Yeah. Kraft is going to look at him behind the scenes. Been there, done it, worse. Would you like to see the video? No, Bob. No, thanks. No, thanks. And there's Belichick checking it out, going, mine's hotter than yours. So your former coach is also banging a 24-year-old. This is the Patriots, bro. This is the Patriot way. By the way, years ago, there was a reporter exposed to Patriot missiles. Do you know anything about that? Is he silent? Is it muted? Do you know anything about that? No, it's muted. We can't hear him.
Yeah. No, I'm lagging here. So I got like.
No, you might be lagging here too, but I was trying to. Do you know anything?
Yeah, my connection. I got bits and pieces. What was the question at the end?
That even years ago, a Patriots reporter faced Patriot missiles. You know anything about that? Damn, he freezes up on the tough
I do not. Yeah, right. Conveniently, right?
No, dude, you're young, so you're not gonna remember. I believe the name is
okay. This is back in the day, huh?
Lisa Olson. Could you look that up? Lisa Olson, naked Patriots player, or Patriots. Just put Patriots missile. Lisa Olson. That's how it was, because it was. This was a while back that it was about a woman walking into the locker room, and she had a dude right naked in front of her, and then it became a thing, and so they said that she witnessed a Patriot missile.
Oh,
yes. I believe her name was Lisa Olson. If my memory serves me correct. I believe her name was Lisa Olson or something, maybe not Lisa, but it was Olson. But I might have gotten one of them right. But if I remember correctly, Sean will look up the story. But anyway, my point is having fun with all of this. Vrabel, it is Lisa Olson, right? I'm good, bro. I'm good. And you should look up that story. Look up the story of Lisa Olson and the Patriot missiles. So you can so you can see the long history that the Patriots have. So Vrabel fits in perfectly. No, but seriously, it'll hurt him maybe with his wife and his family, but the public ain't going to do anything about that. As long as he wins, they don't care about that. Thing. Yeah, Diana is the one that unfortunately is going to pay the price here. Unfortunately. That's it.
And I know I see she's been quiet on social media. She hasn't really been tweeting since it all went down. Fired off one like at 6:30 in the morning of like a link to a story in The Athletic, and then
replacement officials, and then they're asking about replacement husbands. Yeah.
Obviously, what the comments are going to be like. What I will say is the unfortunate part of this is that. Like I'm around a lot of female reporters who go about things the right way.
Legit.
Legit. Aren't going behind the scenes and doing this to get scoops and whatever. And then
I had Michelle Kaufman on yesterday, bro. There ain't nobody more legit and has worked harder in this business than Michelle Kaufman, and she's an absolute stud. She is awesome. She's the real deal. You know what I'm saying? So I see young people like Giselle Espinales, who on TV, she's legit. She's really trying to work. I got to know her when she was at QAM for a little bit. And so any woman that is working in radio, that's usually a really good sign of somebody that really gives a shit about the business, not looking for, whatever. And so, yeah, man, there's some women out there that are legit and they're working it. And I feel bad for all women in general, because the Rossini Taylor stories are the ones that end up hurting them in the long run, unfortunately.
Because there's so much stereotyping that goes on about women in sports media, and then this just is going to lead more people for these inappropriate comments, social media, the berating that then a lot of the victims are going to be the ones who do it the right way, do it legitimately. So And then everyone's just going to be accusing. Whenever a woman gets a scoop, then they're going to face more of this BS. And whenever a woman advances in sports media, it's going to be.
I just think that once we see an Andrea Kramer and we see certain women, we know that they're not into that bullshit, and they're the real deal, and they want to work it, and they're not there to try to work some angle or anything like that. So there are women out there that actually have done the job the right way forever, dude, and has set a great example. Those of us in the media, we know. Hey, look, bro, I see one out there locally that all she does is post, pretty pictures of her at different events, and we're covering this, and we're covering this, and she looks fantastic, but when I look at the substance, there's no substance there whatsoever when it comes to reporting or anything. And so, you have the different types. You have the types that want to just be models, and maybe they are looking for somewhere somehow, or you have the ones that really, really want to work and really get it done. It's just it's kind of funky like that. All right, let's move on.
I'll tell you what. You said you had Michelle Kaufman on recently. I would have loved to be in her class, which I was when I was a University of Miami student. Back, I won't say the year, but where we hit on a lot of these topics, like real topics. She talked about women in sports media, and there were like classes devoted to these kind of subjects. I would love to be in her class to hear her address this topic. I don't know if it came up with you guys when you had her on.
Oh yeah, no, no.
I would love to get her perspective.
No, she was in the Omaha Zoo. I wanted to get into Inter and UM, and then she was there because her husband Dave was playing in a band, right? And the band has let's see, now I'm trying to remember, Stephen King, the novelist. It's like four different novelists are in the band, like famous novelists. Now I forgot, Pat, if you're watching or whatever, put in the names. I forgot the names now, but it is ridiculous, the names that are in that band. Mitch Albom is also in it. I forgot now. And I have to go off the memory from yesterday, but it's like an all-star of writers, and they have I forgot the name of the band too. Anyway, so she was there for that and the performance and all that stuff. So it was really, really cool. So we got into that subject too. I wasn't going to bog her down with this one, but with you, there's really not a lot to talk about with the Dolphins. So I figured we get into a more spicier topic on that one. Plus, I want to get your opinions, which it's pretty obvious, unfortunately. Even if they didn't do anything, those pictures ruined it all for them. It ruined it all because those pictures were super romantic. It's what they were. Okay. Just saying.
Yeah.
You don't think?
No. And I mean, I've been out at the combine, owners meetings, everything where like you see a lot of the high profile NFL people, the coaches, the GMs, maybe even owners. And then, you also see interactions. Hey, like media is around this. And then you see some interactions between media personalities and these high profile NFL folks. But I mean, a lot of those, you're always seeing them in larger groups. It's like a group of reporters, maybe they're having drinks at a bar. And you see like the source building, the relation, but this is something different. This is obviously like a setting aside from everything else. So, and it was actually just the day before. That was on the Saturday. That would have been just the very day before. A lot of people were owners meetings were starting that Sunday. Basically, everyone's getting in. Like for us in the media, we pick up credentials and we roam around, see who we see, and then like all the real stuff starts happening Monday and Tuesday. But if those pictures, like I saw, they took place on Saturday, and that was just like a quick pit stop. I know Arizona State Pro Day was kind of like in the middle of it too, like right before it or something. So. Yeah. It all kind of like lines up like, oh, we were just seeing everybody, out in Arizona for owners meetings right after that happened. Wow.
All right. Let me move over to a Dolphins topic now. The Troy Aikman thing. I saw Chris Perkins wrote an article today, and we'll get into a second part of this. I don't really think Troy is making any personnel decisions. Can I see Sully calling him and saying, what do you think about Malik Willis? Or what do you think about this quarterback we're looking in the draft? Let me send you the film. Your thoughts on that? I can see him reaching out to Troy for a decision like that, but I don't believe he's making any personnel decisions. Do you?
I wouldn't think so. Personnel now reaches into another area where this could just be anyone else that can make a personnel decision, can make personnel evaluations. When you go over, like, let's say the college tape of a draft prospect, like they're about to go into the draft, I think Troy Aikman, where like he said in that interview with Clarence Hill out in Dallas, that where he is valuable is this league-wide information from being connected to so many people that you can grab from him. So I think that's more so where it was at the beginning of that process of you're looking for the GM, and then now you can reach out to you can use Troy Aikman as a resource of someone who really knows the league, knows a lot of people. You can figure out who he thinks highly of, who he can tell is really sharp and really on it when he goes around and talks to people. So I think that's how they ended up with someone who, for all intents and purposes, for what I can tell so far, is sharp in new GM John Eric Sullivan. And then through that, then also knowing Jeff Hafley, he's this type of guy, this direct communicator, which would pivot from who you had previously a head coach in Mike McDaniel. And then you knew Sullivan, he was going to feel highly of him. And not just from being together, but from actually seeing how the two operate in Green Bay together. So I think that's how you ended up with this GM and head coach hire is really what Aikman said on that podcast with Clarence Hill was just really utilizing the knowledge that he has, this league-wide foundation of just knowing the league all around, and then using that as a resource to acquire information and really. For
me, that interview was more a shot at Dallas because you're doing it with the Dallas writer and all that. Yeah. It wasn't really about Miami. It was more about, just in case. Hey, Dallas fans, while you're asking about this, hey, listen, they never asked me, and so that's why I'm now helping the Miami Dolphins and all that. And now I have a stake in it, and I'm rooting for them. I think it's basically he did his job where he helped get Sully hired and he believes in them, and then that's it. But I could see him being a sounding board for something, but I don't believe he's making I believe Sully's making all the personnel final calls.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Put it that way.
That's why you settled on this guy to take on the job. And now he's going to be the voice. He's the one that's standing up there and then answering to every single move the Dolphins make from a personnel standpoint. He's going to be, more available than Chris Greer was as far as just talking on what they're being the voice of a franchise for all these decisions. So, yeah, I mean, that's what he was there for. And then maybe as this relationship has been built, then, yeah, you can go and reach out to him and just see what he thinks, feel him out on
the quarterback.
Quarterback for sure.
Yeah, like you would with Marino. And that leads me to my follow-up, which I wish everybody in the local media would bury already and fans would bury already, because Chris talked about it in his article about, did Troy Aikman leapfrog Marino? No, he didn't leapfrog Marino, bro. Everybody's got to stop it already. Marino doesn't want anything to do with being a general manager, a personnel director. He doesn't want anything to do with that shit. He doesn't want to grind like that. He wants to play his 9 holes of golf or 18, talk to the sponsors, talk to some season ticket holders, be a sounding board, be around, but not have any pressures of that. Years ago, I saw him at the Senior Bowl, and he ran away from that shit within a couple of hours. He didn't want anything to do with that. So I don't know why people keep pushing Marino into this when clearly he has shown, bro, they keep hiring people and firing people and hiring people since he tried. And he didn't give a shit about doing it then, and he doesn't give a shit about doing it now. And so I don't know why people keep pushing Marino in there when he just wants to be around but not have the pressures of being the guy. Do you follow that? Do you agree with that? Do you disagree with that?
Yeah, no, that's very fair. I I've kind of just I hadn't known what to think of it. Like I do wonder. My mind maybe goes there. Like, how does Dan Marino feel about this? That Troy Aikman is now this point person in critical franchise decisions. It's easy to have your mind go there. But they're sitting next to each other at the press conference, introductory press conference. Yeah, I mean, I think you could see it more as just, all right, they're teaming up now. Marino still does what he does, and he doesn't want to go do more than that. And then Aikman, now he's got, what is it, like 2 decades now of being in the broadcast part of it, where, okay, so he's got the playing experience, so he knows a lot of people from Dallas, and then now he's been in all these production meetings from just getting to know people around the league. And I know that people make a big deal of this with Tom Brady on the other side of it, that he's I don't know how much you're going to acquire in production meetings to then take it.
Hold on. Let me explain something there to you, just in case, and other people out there. While Brady barely got anything, but Aikman for 20 years has been standing on sidelines in practices on a Thursday, on a Friday, on a Saturday, whatever it is, if he's doing a Sunday or Monday game or whatever the hell he's doing, and he has stood there next to a general manager, a personnel director, a college director, scout, and I'm sure that they have shared information and talked about stuff. At that moment, it didn't matter to them. Now that they're involved with the Dolphins and they're involved with the Raiders, those kind of conversations aren't going to happen anymore. It's going to be straight production. They're going to be led onto the practice field with the rest of the media and all of that. They'll be taken to a separate room for a separate interview on their own, because obviously network gets priority. We know all of that kind of stuff. But the days of maybe you might have gone into a draft room, Troy, 10 years ago, because oh man, let me show you something here, Troy. And because it's Troy Aikman, your hobnob. Those days are over for him now. Those days are over. And guess what? He's going to understand that. He's going to understand the competition, and he's going to say, professionalism. Hey, I understand we can't have the same conversations we used to because you're pulling for the Dolphins. So yeah, did he have access in the last 20 years that maybe gave him some more perspective? Hell yeah. Is he now going to be limited? Hell yeah. That's what's going to happen.
That's a good way to put it. So, I mean, now the Dolphins, they kind of jump in on it where, all right, you've got everything that he's acquired over the past 20 years, and then now he won't continue to get that kind of access, but because of this relationship with the Dolphins, but you still jump in right there at the beginning where you can still acquire what he has obtained over.
That's why it's much to do about nothing. It's media making bullshit up. Because it's the offseason. You think these teams are stupid now? Now that Aikman's tied to the Dolphins, they're going to give him the same access, the same conversations? No, dude. You cover this league now, bro. How paranoid are they? They're paranoid about everything.
Oh, yeah.
So, yes, exactly. So this is all media fabrication bullshit, dude. Because it's common sense now. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Aikman's tied to the Dolphins. Oh, wait a minute. No, Brady's tied to the Raiders. And Brady barely did it, so he never really got the luxury that Aikman had for the last 19 years. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it kind of changes overall. Now it'll be limited, dude. It's not – people are silly, bro. They think like they're going to allow Aikman to walk into draft rooms now and, hey, look, check out our board so you can go tell Miami what we're thinking. No, man. Silly.
Exactly. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's silly. It's silly. And the whole thing with Marino, just let it go already, bro. Just let it go. He did his part, bro. He carried a sorry-ass franchise for 17 years, and they never did enough around him. And now people want him to carry him to another level, and it's not his job, bro. He did his job already. He does what he does, and he deserves whatever life he wants to have. I don't know why we keep pushing responsibilities on the poor man that he doesn't want or need, period.
Yeah, let him be. He's done a lot for this franchise, for South Florida, and And I mean, clearly, I think we would have seen it by now if there was some kind of rough butting of heads or anything. We would have seen it by now. He's clearly fine with it all.
Bro, he would have sounded like Aikman. He would have gone somewhere else, taken a job, and said, well, the Dolphins never wanted me. That's what he would have said, but that's never happened. The Dolphins even offered you the job. You even went and tried it for a couple of hours and said, yeah, it's not for me. And because he doesn't want to grind like that, dude. That job is a thankless and a job that is 24/7, and you have no life. You really have no life when you're doing that job, and he wants to have a life. It's obvious Marino wants to have a life. Let him have a life, bro. That's what I wish Dolphin fans would do. All right, let's get to a fun question. What is for you the perfect combination when we talk about the first couple of picks? All right, give me the ideal combination of your first and second round picks.
Okay. Well, so the last mock draft that I had, I did have them going. So in this mock, I had a lot of my preferred picks selected before the Dolphins get there. So like I would like if Ruben Bain fell out of the top 10 and was the pick at 11, like home run. You get an edge rusher, stays home, who's can lead your pass rush and be a 4-3 defensive end in this system. They're gonna run 4 down linemen as a base. Coached by Jason Taylor, like, oh my God, that would be perfect. But I have him off the board. I have like Caleb Downs off the board, who I think would also be a home run pick. Like I look at edge rusher, corner, tackle, wide receiver as like the biggest positions of need, and then safety also there, but safety not as much positional value. But if you could get a talent like Caleb Downs, then I would take him. That would be like my 1A, 1B. But in my mock, I did have him without them there, without Mansour Delane, who would be my top corner, with Maui Noah taken. Then I had them going John McCoy, the Tennessee corner. But any of those other names who I mentioned, I would still probably take over him if they fall to 11. And then at 30, really depending on how it goes. In my mock, since I didn't wide receiver with the first pick, I have them going wide receiver at number 30, and I like Denzel Boston, who came up one time, like a viewer asked about him, 6'4" wide receiver who runs smooth routes, very productive. I think he'd be great. He's expected to go around there. He's like a tweener on the first round, maybe fringe first round pick. If you're at 30 and you use the pick that you acquired, the top pick that you acquired in the Jalen Waddle trade, to bring in Denzel Boston out of Washington with all those traits, then I would love him there. But, if you don't get your corner, I wouldn't be mad if it's like Colton Hood from Tennessee, if you get him with the number 30 pick. If you go, if you don't get your pass rusher with the first pick, if you go like Keldrick Falk or Zion Young, one of them who might go later in the first round, if Akeem Mesidor is there by some act of God, then fantastic, So any of these guys, which Mesidor and Falk, they also fit like the 4-3 defensive end that this team could utilize in Hafley's defense. Those are the ways they could go. That's how I mocked it. Was McCoy and Boston, but then if like Bain is there at 11, if Maui Noah, if Caleb Downs was there, if Delane is there, I'd take any of those guys.
All right. What are you working on in the South Florida Sun Sentinel so folks can check you out, my friend?
Yeah, leading up to the draft, we're doing a lot of positional previews between Perk analyzing the draft class at different positions. And those same days, I analyze the Dolphins depth chart. So far we have done a lot of the offense, quarterbacks, running backs, offensive linemen, tight ends. And then so all those are up on the website. And then next week we'll do wide receivers and all the defensive positions as we count down to the draft, which is in less than 2 weeks.
And don't forget, Welton Ray, 954-966-4646. If you're dealing with bankruptcy or homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury, remember, you have any damage to your home, your business, your condo, never, ever call the insurance company. That's what we're trained to do. But that's what the insurance companies want because you and I don't know the laws and the loopholes, and they take advantage of us. You call Welton Ray, they send their adjusters over, they assess the damage, and then they call the insurance company and attack them. And trust me, they will get their attention right away when a lawyer reaches out to them, not you and me. When we reach out to them, brother, it's like bait. It's like chum in the water. So you'd rather send your bookend tackles, Jeff Welt and Daniel Rayom, 954-966-4646. Follow my man David on Twitter at David Furones _. Have a fantastic weekend, my brother. We will catch up.
Thank you. Sounds good.
Thank you.
This has been another session of the Welton Ray Miami Dolphins Report with David Furones. At Welton Ray, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. Welton Ray can help.
Again, folks, you can make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. And you can send in your questions, comments, insults. We appreciate them all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, one thing about the Rossini story, to kind of put a bow on it, people are now picking on the person that has taken photos. And then they went and shopped the photos around. Folks, that's money. And that is what's going to happen in this world. You know, you could choose to be whatever. Look, man, in my life, I've been at this for 36 years. When I was in the middle of the fray and covering a lot of shit and all that, I could tell you there was a team in town that had a wives section and a girlfriend section. I saw guys on the road doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing. I saw coaches, executives on the road doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing at strip clubs, all that. I've seen players do drugs. It's not, I don't report that. I'm not a gossip reporter. I don't give a shit about that. I caught a player turning off a joint on my car. We were filming a show, and when I came out, it had rained. And so he was turning it off on the raindrop on the car, you know, and I go, yo, man, that's my car. He goes, oh, man, I didn't want you to see me. I go, man, I don't care. It's your business, dude. I'm going to report if you get cut, if you get traded, if you get promoted, if you get a new contract. That's all I give a shit about, dude. If you're good, if you're bad, that's what I'm going to talk about. And he started laughing. And I go, I don't give a shit what you do, bro. That's your problem. I've seen all that stuff, dude. I saw an NFL executive squeeze two giant watermelons off of a woman in the middle of a steak and shake. Cops were called. They knew that they were NFL executives. She was losing her mind. They talked her off the ledge and didn't report it. And I saw it all happen. Never said a word. I know who those executives are to this day. All that shit will die with me. All of it will die with me. It's not the kind of reporter I've ever been. I've never reported gossip. I've never reported, I don't care. That's not but we have plenty of people that do this for a living. So these people that are losing their minds because somebody took pictures and shopped it around for the biggest. So what, dude? You've never heard of tabloid reporters? Like, that's been going on forever. And they are susceptible to it. They're both very popular. That coach is impossible to. How are you not going to spot Mike Vrabel anywhere? It's like a large-ass human being. Everybody knows him. And she's already developed a name for herself. So I love these people that, how dare they shop. Bro, there are people that make a living off doing that kind of shit. And by the way, I'm not the only one. There's plenty of reporters like myself that have been on the road, that have been around, and we've seen all kinds of people do all kinds of things that they shouldn't be doing. But for me, I chose a long time ago, okay, that I'm not going down that road. That's not who I am. Okay, I'm going to be the guy that's brutally honest, way more than most anybody else about the sports teams, but we're going to stick to sports. Okay, we're going to stick to whatever affects you guys. Their personal lives don't affect me and don't affect you, and I don't care. But there's plenty of people that they live off of that. So these sports idiots that are losing their minds on, oh, how can they shop this around? How can they take pictures? Bro, this happens every day. Every day. Famous people are trying to not get caught in pictures whenever they're doing something. Come on, dude. We're going to act surprised now? We're going to be insulted by it? Give me a break. The stories I could tell, and I never will. Crazy ass stories I could tell. I could tell you a story about an agent, two agents fighting in a strip club. I mean, I got a bunch of shit, man. When I was on the road for 20 years, oh my God, the stuff I saw. But I saw reporters who used to get absolutely plastered and all that. So what? It's none of my business, bro. None of my business. And I'm not going to talk about it publicly or anything like ever in my life. I don't need that kind of shit. Okay? So, and I give you guys stories that nobody gets, right? I tell you about things that, are going on but I tell you sports things. I don't tell you about personal stuff because that's none of my business. But this whole Rossini thing with Vrabel, and people are insulted that they shopped around the pictures, and I see it on Pro Football Talk and all that. It's like, get the hell out of here, bro. Page 6 makes a living out of that. The Sun, the National Enquirer. Give me a break, dude. So. It's a screwed up story, man. And she really did a number to herself. Vrabel will go scot-free. As long as his teams win, nobody's going to give a shit. But for her, this absolutely crushes her. So, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, folks? Hang in there, man. Hang in there. By the way, our friends at All Year Cooling and Plumbing, dominating in Florida. They are number one. Florida's number one AC and plumbing service. They offer extended warranties, financing available, same-day installations, free repair estimates, 7-day-a-week service. This is year 53. And they service from Homestead all the way to Vero Beach, 888-204-5554, and new offices in Naples. We had a lot of our listeners that called Welton Ray after those storms. Well, you've got an office there in Naples. So if you have AC or plumbing issues, I hope you don't. Or if you need a new AC, my AC is now in year 16 from All Year Cooling. Got it installed in 2010. So reach out to them, 888-204-5554. They're great people, man. Tommy Smith is just outstanding, man. Outstanding. What do we got here on the chat board? Don't forget, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. You can send in your questions, comments, insults there. What else? Let me see. Good morning to you, Stoney Stanley. Well, I kind of asked that Lenny Pena about the first and second round, so he did talk a little receivers in that one. Dolphin Dave says she did it to herself. Stay single if you want to play the same thing. For Mike, his wife is going to take him to the bank, probably. Dude, I don't know a wife that is going to go, oh, sure, honey. No, I understand. Yeah, no, you drove 125 miles out of your way to go to a place that costs $2,000 a night and, looks like a really super romantic place. I'm sure you've taken me there many times. So, I just don't know a wife that's going to, deal with that with her husband, or a husband sees her wife with fingers entangled, or she's in a bathing suit next to the coach by the pool. Yeah, that is all. That's just wrong, bro. It's just wrong. Just stuff that, even if you're not doing it, it looks exactly like that's what you're doing. Costa says, doing it the Patriot way, cheating, lying, and misleading. Cheating, lying. We gotta get that Zeppelin song and kind of make it into a Patriot song. I like it. Let's see. Can't really go on Big O's show. Bosses David too much. It's not bossing, bro. It's just you don't get to fence straddle here. No matter who comes on. Okay? You just don't. That's just not the way it goes. We don't do the PR thing here and all that. We just don't, man. It's not the way we do our show. So everybody will be put in that position, and there will be no waffling going on this show. If you're going to come on this show, expect to give an opinion, or we'll get it out of you. Let's see. What else? NFL Insider, yes. Insider, a whole new meaning, yes. Yep. Yes, sir. Unfortunately for her, she has brought on a world of pain, and that sucks for her. Because I really feel bad for the spouses, the kids, the mothers, the fathers, the in-laws of all the couples, because they're also the ones that have to go through all this stuff and the questions and, oh, I'm sorry to hear about what's going on with your son, and I'm sorry to hear, whatever. And so then that's really uncomfortable for them. So that the people on the periphery outside of Diana and Mike, those are the people that I feel the most for. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. Hopefully they do what that morning couple did. That was a guy and a girl, and they were messing with each other even on the road and all that, and they were both married, and they both ended up, getting separated from their spouses, and now they're married. But they also got kicked out. I forgot the names of them, but yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. The couple that were messing around. All right, let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar with the one and only Alan Blanco. If you need custom printing and embroidery, 786-618-1443. Raptors over the Heat. Are you surprised? 128-114. Bam had a decent game, 24 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, and a block tonight. They take on the Wizards. They're favored by 18. All right. Sunday, by the way, they wrap up the season versus Atlanta at the Kaseya Center. 6 o'clock will be the tip-off for that one. Senators over the Panthers. Yay, 5-1. Florida's got a top 7 pick right now in the lottery. Remember, top 11 are in the lottery, but Florida doesn't want to end up in 11 because then they lose the pick. They got to end up in the top 10, but they're at 7 right now, baby. Yes, Sunday at Toronto. Here comes another loss. It's good, bro. I'm good with it. By the way, the Miami Heat have also cut Terry Rozier. Amazing. WNBA has announced their expansion. The WNBA and the NBA Board of Governors have now approved teams in Cleveland, Detroit, and Philadelphia. Cleveland will start in 2029, Detroit and Philly in 2030 as the league goes to 18 teams. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. By the way, unless you see another private owner step up, you will never get another WNBA team here again. The Arison family, I believe, had a terrible experience with the WNBA, with the Soul. It was a total loser. It made no money. It lost a lot of money. But back then, the league was losing money. And we're talking about a frugal franchise as it is. They'll spend, but they're like, selective and very, they're almost like, oh, we can't lose here, right? Okay, yeah, we'll do it, that kind of stuff. And now they just pay for mediocreness overall. So I don't see them making their bones in the WNBA again, or trying. So if you're ever going to see a WNBA team play here in South Florida again, it'll be separate ownership that's not NBA ownership. That's what it'll be. Because obviously, as you see, the WNBA and the NBA Board of Governors have approved the expansion, because still the league is still, supported also by the NBA. And Mickey, if it's not a profitable thing right away, he's not going to be interested in it. So I think you'll have to wait if you even care. But I just want to bring it up because I think it's a subject. I lived through it. I watched it. I covered it. I've told you over and over again, it. I think I've proven over and over again that I follow women's basketball. We don't talk too much about it, but I know, you kind of get the feeling on it. Yeah, I don't think you'll ever see it here again unless there's another owner. But it will not be the Harrison family. Like the way the Harrison family will do it? Okay, can you guarantee us that we'll get Caitlin Clark in a different one every 5 years? Then we'll do it. That's how they'll do it. Come on down to your scouting department and have the right to the front office and head coach. Exactly. Yes. That's why, Lenny, when I saw your question, and I asked him about the first and second rounders, I figured he has to get him a wide receiver, bro. If Sully doesn't get Willis a wide receiver in the first 2 rounds, okay, he doesn't have to be in the first round, all right, but in the first 2 rounds, you've got 4 picks. Brother, if you don't get him a wide receiver, that's criminal. It's criminal. You got to get him at least 2 receivers in this draft. And I think 2 receivers, and I'm talking about top 4 rounds. And maybe another one in the 5th through 7th also. But get this kid weapons, bro, please. And if you keep 8, and if you do end up trading HN, oh my God, it becomes an even bigger problem. I would also like to see Willis play like with something, man, so we can see if he can actually play. And if he's running around all for his life, we're never going to get a real good read. It sucks. So let's see. I see nothing wrong here. They happen to run into each other and pictures were taken during a handshake. Oh, man. All right. What else do we have? Oh, the Ty Simpson story. The media. I love it, dude. I'm part of it, but I don't like doing stuff just to try to get a rise out of you people and do a fake story like Aikman, Brady. How is the league allowing this? What do you think? The league is allowing them access anymore? No, dude, they're just doing their stupid broadcast and they move on. What else are they going to get? They're going to give them anything else. So move on. Get the hell out of here with that crap. Well, I read this story this morning and I'm laughing. And I'm laughing because it had nothing to do with the kid. It had everything to do with the media. So I'm going to read this headline for you. Ty Simpson setting himself up for an awkward Will Levis type situation. So on Thursday, they shared a list of the 16 prospects in this year's draft, and Simpson will be among them in the green room. Okay? Now, you go and you read the article, and if you follow what's been going on overall, what's it called? Where is he here? Here we go. Jeremiah, who I know and got nothing but love for him. Daniel Jeremiah had Simpson in his top 50. And he has him going between the 20 and 40 range, which is exactly where he's supposed to go. Late first, early second. That's what I've been telling you. I like Ty Simpson. Okay. But the thing is, he has to go because somebody may take him early. And then, but if not, he probably knows he's going late. It's the media. It's the Dan Orlovskis of the world. It's the rest of the people that were writing maybe a Dolphin article. What about Ty Simpson at number 11 or something? And it's not Ty Simpson saying, you got to draft me top 10 because I'm the best or something. No, it's the media building him up and now the media tearing him down. He's setting himself up. No, dude, he's going to go. He'll be there in New York. He'll enjoy it. I'm sure that the agents have told him it's a rare chance that you'll be in the top 16. You're probably going to be in the bottom end of the first round, early second. So it is what it is. The guy gets to enjoy the whole thing and all that, but the media will make it a spectacle. When it shouldn't be a spectacle because it's only the media that's made him a top 10. The NFL is not making him a top 10. The NFL people haven't even been talking about him like a top 15 quarterback. And that's because he's not. He has the physical abilities, but he has not put it all together yet. So he's a project. You have to take him late first or early second. You only take him late first as a luxury so you can get that fifth year. And you're a team that is set, so you're trying to groom him. But if you're going to draft him to throw him to the fray right away, that's absolutely stupid. You really haven't read the room. And so that's why I laugh at the media that hypes him up, and now I'm laughing at the media that wants to tear him down. When the man is just doing what he's supposed to do. Why not? He's probably late first, early second, but there is a chance in this crazy league that somebody reaches for him. You just never know. Quarterbacks are a weird thing, man. And somebody may love him right now, and they haven't said anything. You just never know. And maybe the agent is sending him because there is a slim chance. So why not go? And if you are taken, you're there to enjoy that moment if you want to. If you don't want to be there like Mendoza, then you go and be with your family or go fishing like Joe Thomas with your dad. But I love how we want to build them up in the media, and now we want to tear them down too at the same time. It's just it's the weirdest shit, man. It really is. Oh, let's see. What else do we have? By the way, you know how bad sports are right now? I'm watching local sports last night, and high school lacrosse made the highlights. High school lacrosse. High school lacrosse. Nothing against lacrosse, but you know you're in bad shape when high school lacrosse is. You're struggling, as Joe Namath would say, for highlights to fill your 90 seconds that they give you. Oh man, Big O, where does Simpson go in the draft? Saying the Dolphins take him in the 30th pick. Yeah, that's where he would go. But I think that's where you trade. Somebody wants him for that fifth year, and you trade him out. They're not going to take Simpson. There's no chance. I believe the Dolphins. They'll take a quarterback, but I think it'll be in the 4th or 5th or 6th or 7th rounds. They'll take another guy, but that'll be more of a real project. But at this point in the draft, you have to get stuff that helps him, Willis, or helps your defense. Okay? You got to do that, my brother. You cannot do that. You can't sign Malik Willis and then now draft Ty Simpson at 30. That would be asinine. That would tell me you have no future for Malik Willis. So why'd you sign him? To get you through an expansion year or two? That doesn't make sense. So I don't think Ty Simpson is even in the thoughts right now, only for a trade. I see the Arizona Cardinals taking Ty Simpson. They will panic and jump into the late first round. We'll see. And that'll be a terrible situation for the young man. I've heard people talk about that, and that is just absolutely awful. Awful. Big old lacrosse players just as tough as hockey players. Yeah, I understand all of that. Still don't care. On the I care meter, it's down at 0, bro. There's 0 interest in the national sense for lacrosse. It's, whatever. I know it's athletic. I know it's super tough. I know all of that, dude. So's rugby. Don't need to see the highlights, Just kind of the way it goes. But I get it. I'm not disrespecting the sport in that sense. I'm disrespecting it that nobody really cares about lacrosse highlights except for the kids and the parents from that school. That's it. Outside of that, nobody cares. So that's my point, that when it makes your local highlights here in Miami, shit is bad, bro. Shit is really, really bad. So, yeah. If Arizona reaches for him, I feel sorry for him because he may never get there. Poor guy, Arizona. It's not what you want. You never want Arizona to reach for you, man. It's crazy. Ray, thank you, my brother. Much love. Appreciate you on Venmo. He says, happy Friday, my brother. Hopefully see you tonight at the Shelby event. Oh, that's right. Dude, you reminded me. Oh, my God, I forgot about that. I'll see you there tonight. Dude, I'm glad you reminded me. I should have put it in my calendar. Holy crap. Yes, I'll see you tonight. For sure. For sure. Thank you for reminding me, Ray. All right. Good stuff. I got something to do, too. It's good when you get to hang out, have some fun. What else do we have going on in sports? The Jags have a plan now for Travis Hunter. And it makes sense. He's going to be a full-time corner and a part-time receiver. I would amend that with Travis Hunter. I would not make him a part-time receiver. I would make him a situational receiver. A part-time receiver means you're going to use him quite a bit. I would rather not do that. If you're my full-time cornerback, I am going to use you situationally. You know what I'm talking about now, Sean Stanley? I'm going to talk Deion Sanders, baby. Because Deion Sanders was not a full-time returner. He was a part-time returner. He was a situational returner because, early in his day, he would do it a lot. But as he grew into the position, it was like, hey, man, we got to save him. Let's use him situationally. I believe even Deion was used as a wide receiver a couple of times. In fact, I think he even caught a ball as a wide receiver, maybe, if I remember correctly. Okay? So, that's how I would use Travis Hunter, which is nothing new in this league. We've had those kind of dudes that are super gifted, and we can use them in something else, but we use them situationally. We don't burn them out. We don't overuse them because it's just too much playing just one position in this league. So when Deion could also give you a return skill, that was a super bonus from you. But then it got to the point where you cannot give him all the returns and he's playing corner. That puts him at risk. That puts him at wear and tear. So then they started to dial back and use it more situationally. You're behind, you're tied, it's overtime, whatever. Let's put Deion in there. And then Deion made it happen. How many? He had 60 catches? Get the hell out of here. You're kidding me.
I'm on ESPN stats. It says receiving.
No, I remember him playing receiver,
REC is receptions.
Yes,
right?
receptions, yes.
So he had 60 receptions, 784 yards.
Wow.
13.1 average, 3 touchdowns. The longest was 70 yards.
Yeah, I remember that one.
He did also lose 2 fumbles as a receiver.
Okay, that's fine, bro. I mean,
No, I'm just going through
You're
the stats.
asking him to do everything. You know what I'm saying? He's so good.
He actually rushed the ball, too, 9 times for negative 14 yards. So
yeah, and end around and all right. Yeah. Bro, it's Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
It's Deion Sanders. And so I remember what was the name of the
0 for 2 on passing, too, just to throw it all in there.
Oh, yeah. What was his name? Jerry Glanville. I'm sure Jerry did a few of those where he used them around in different places because that's Jerry Glanville. I'm sure as a Falcon, he did a lot of that kind of stuff too. A lot of those things, besides in other places, but he did it there. So this is nothing new. I've seen this before. What you tried to do last year was stupid, especially as a rookie when your body hasn't even completely grown and developed and he's not a big kid as it is. You should have he should have started as an occasional receiver. And then as his body grows and physically develops and all of that, then you give him a little bit bigger load the following year, and then maybe the following year you test it. But you went about it the wrong way, and you're still going about it the wrong way, Jacksonville. Okay? His name is Deion Sanders. Neon Deion, baby. This is nothing new. It's just a reverse. Full-time corner and then occasional strategic offensive type player. Don't burn him out the other end. And he shouldn't even be part-time. Should be quarter time. Quarter time. Quarter time. Wasn't it like that for Deion? Didn't he say quarter time? Quarter time. Wow, he caught that many passes. God, he was so good. Holy shit. I didn't realize he caught that many passes. I thought he caught a few because I remember the big one too. But man, that's crazy. That is absolutely impressive. By the way, props to Jackie Young of the Aces, Las Vegas. She becomes the first $1 million player. Now, remember, she plays on the same team with Asia Wilson, who's already under contract. But if you got to give her a $1.1 million deal, it's only a 1-year deal, but she becomes the first player to make $1 million over a year in the WNBA. What the hell is Asia going to re-sign for? That's what I thought of right away. I go, oh, shit. You guys better produce some money because Asia is like, the best player in the league. The most intimidating thing that goes on to the court. So they're going to be spending some money there at Vegas. And she says she's not leaving. So she kind of ruined her leverage, but I think it's because she knows behind the scenes they're going to work something out and all that. So, and FC Cincinnati in the MLS, they're going after 34-year-old Neymar. He had a bunch of injuries this year, played a few games only. We'll see what happens. There's still a little bit of a retirement league to us, right? No doubt about that. Still some retirement there that we sneak in. Oh, man. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. Send in your questions, comments, insults, all kinds of good stuff. Yes, sir. Yes, go ahead.
The WNBA has a super max of $1.4 million, the contract. So I'm guessing that's probably going to be what Asia gets.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is, and in the same article, it says potentially Caitlin Clark could get 1.7.
Well, yeah, because
But if the Supermax is 1.4, how can you go above that?
I don't know. I don't know all the rules.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's like the MLS.
It's starting like the MLS. Yeah,
it's like the MLS that they have all these convoluted rules, and there's no way. There is one thing you'll never get from me. You'll never get an expert on MLS rules because it's too convoluted, bro. I cannot follow that shit. I cannot follow it for the life. It's enough that sports has made us accountants. Seriously, like it sucks. I didn't have to do accounting when I started this. And now you got to learn the cap and the ramifications. And in basketball, you got aprons now. And oh, man. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know the rules. So, Big O, a house music festival in Tropical Park. I want to see it happen one day. Very spacious and all. Well, that comes out of like absolute left field. Will Aoki be there to throw cakes? If we don't have Aoki there to throw cakes, then it's not okie dokie. Let's go with musicians born on this date. Right here. April 10th. Okay. Mandy Moore, singer-songwriter, born in 1984. Let's see. Andrew Dost, musician, instrumentalist from Fun. We Are Young. Let's see who else. Celebrating birthdays today. Q-Tip. It's a vibrant thing. The U.S. male rapper, born in 1970. Also a Tribe Called Quest, too, by the way. Let's see. What else? Mike Mashak, guitarist with Stained, born in 1970. Brian Setzer, arrived from the Stray Cats, guitarist, singer, songwriter, born in 1959. Katrina Lescanich, from the British-American band Katrina and the Waves. I'm walking on sunshine. Stephen Gustafson, born in 1957, for the 10,000 Maniacs. What was that? Wasn't it like a car dealership or something local? Tom Gustafson. See, this guy's name is Steve Gustafson, but I remember like some commercial, something that at the end it said Tom Gustafson. I don't know why. It's registered in my mind somewhere, and I have to put that together, and I don't know how to put it together. So, I don't know. Maybe somebody can finish it off. But something like that, right? I don't know why I'm remembering Tom Gustafson. And in that tone, Tom Gustafson. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's another word it was saying in that tone for a commercial. But if you can finish out my thought that is hanging out in my brain somewhere, useless pop culture stuff, which, this brain has a lot of that shit going on. All right, let's go with famous people born on this date. Remember, if I don't give you an age, that means they have passed away. Publisher Joseph Pulitzer. Some kind of prize or something? Born in 1847. Actor Chuck Connors, the Rifleman. Born in 1921. Actor Omar Sharif. Born in 1932. Football Hall of Fame member John Madden. It's like this, and you punch, and you boom, and a bang. 1936. Dandy Don Meredith, baby. Get that iced tea. Take the plunge. Hall of Fame member for football, born in 1938. Steven Seagal, born in 52. The asshole is 74. He's just known as a big-time asshole. I'm sorry. Musician Babyface, baby. He is born in 59. He is 67, no longer a baby. Babyface is not a baby anymore. Musician Tim Herb Alexander from Primus, born in 65, he's 61. Actor Orlando Jones, born in 68, he's 58. Every time I think Orlando Jones, I think of just one scene. Anybody know what scene I think of with Orlando Jones? Anybody? Anybody? Can you name it? Can you name one scene when you think Orlando Jones? I don't know if he wants to be remembered this way, but it's the only way I remember Orlando Jones. Nothing? Give you guys like give you like 30 seconds because there's like a little bit of a delay. What scene, when I think of Orlando Jones, what am I thinking of? What just comes to mind? It's funny as shit. It's a funny ass scene. Let me see. Right. There, Frankie's like, Frankie, there's a part of him that is like the Replacements. He comes to the huddle and he shows his hands. They've got all that kind of glue on it. And he goes, man, I look like I just jerked off an elephant. So I got to say that was a funny scene by Orlando Jones in The Replacements. Good movie, fun movie. All right, nice job by you, Frankie. Your mind is twisted. Let's see, what else do we have? Actor Charlie Hunnam, born in 1980. He's 46. Sons of Anarchy. I hated the ending where he just like motorcycles into the semi. It was almost like we just need to end this and let's find some kind of an ending. But I didn't like that ending. I really didn't like that ending. Let's see what else. Actor Ryan Merriman, born in 83. He's 43. Actress Shay Mitchell, born in 87. She's 39. Actor Hale Joel Osment, born in 88, 38. Musician, nope. Yeah, musician actor AJ McCalla, born in 91, 35. Actress Sophia Carson, born in 93. She's 33. Sean Stanley, do you have wrestlers born on this date?
Yes, we do. The brother of the Macho Man, or actually the father of the Macho Man, I read it wrong. Angelo Poffo was born on this date in 1925. The great Jesse Neal turns 46. Juice Robinson, he's 37. Casey Kazana is 24. And I'll always know him as Percy Pringle. But Paul Bearer was born on this date in 1954. That date being April 10th, 2026.
All right. There we go. Now let's go with music history. What happened today on April 10th in music history? The phenomenal Nat King Cole was attacked on stage by a group of 5 racially segregated during the show at the Municipal Hall in Birmingham, Alabama. In 67, Marvin Gaye recorded his version of I Heard It Through the Grapevine. The song was first recorded by The Miracles and was also a million seller in 67 for Gladys Knight and the Pips. In 676, Peter Frampton went to #1 on the U.S. album charts with Frampton Comes Alive. It was the best-selling album of 76. I bought one. More than 6 million copies in the U.S. and was voted Album of the Year in 76 by Rolling Stone's readers. It stayed on the charts for 97 weeks. Do me a favor, look up Rolling Stone's Miss You. What year did that come out? Was it also 76? Because I remember being in Jersey. I stayed in summers in Jersey for a couple of years, 76, 77, 78. And I remember coming back home with Peter Frampton Comes Alive and Miss You from the Rolling Stones, coming back home with them for my 78. So 78 it was that I bought it. And so I came back home with it. I remember for a few years, late 77, it's summer. May 78, I'm there in the summer. Yeah, that's exactly it. I remember buying Frampton Comes Alive and Rolling Stones Miss You were two of the albums that I bought in Jersey, in Passaic, New Jersey, visiting my cousins for the summer. Let's see what else. What else do we have? In 85, Madonna began her first tour, the Virgin Tour in Seattle. Woo! Very first time. In 88, Erasure released her third studio album, The Innocents. It features the single Ship of Fools, which is, what a great song. Chains of Love, amazing song, and A Little Respect, phenomenal song. That album, The Innocents, is an excellent album, and those three songs are, wow, awesome, 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 awesome. Let's see, what else do we have here? In 90, Public Enemy released their third studio album, Fear of a Black Planet. It features Fight the Power and Welcome to the Terror Dome, and 9/11 is a Joke. In 93, Depeche Mode entered the U.S. album charts at number 1 with Song of Faith and Devotion. Let's see. In 2001, Bruce Springsteen won a court battle to keep the rights to his early songs. In 2005, the final episode of The Osbournes was aired on MTV in the UK. The show reached a peak audience of 8 million at its height during its 3-year run. Ozzy Osbourne was at a loss to explain its popularity, saying, "I suppose Americans get a kick out of watching a crazy Brit family like us complete fools of ourselves every week." Yes, they did. In 2006, Riri released her second studio album, A Girl Like Me, and it features the singles SOS, Unfaithful, We Ride, and Break It Off. And Rihanna moved out of LA. Where'd she move to, by the way, after that shooting? Did she go back to Barbados? Where'd she go? Let's see, 2007. The Hendersonville, Tennessee house once owned by Johnny Cash burned to the ground. It had been purchased after Cash's death by Barry Gibb of the Bee Gees, who planned to renovate it. Wow, that sucks. In 2020, The Strokes released their sixth studio album, The New Abnormal, and it features Bad Decisions and The Adults Are Talking. Let's see if there's any birthdays that weren't in it. Bobby Smith, lead singer of the Spinners, was born today in 36. Reggae and ska artist Bunny Wailer, born in 47 today. Eddie Hazel, guitarist for Parliament Funkadelic, born in 50. Damn, these are pretty good ones that weren't on the list before. Let's see. Warren DeMartini, lead guitarist for Rat, is 63 today. Alan Rennie Wren, drummer for the Stone Roses, is 62. No, I'm on the right date. I'm on the 10th. No, I see some of them that I have mentioned. So, but it just, this one happened to have, a couple, like Q-Tip is here. I already mentioned it, So yeah, you're right. I'm capable of doing the wrong thing. There's no doubt about that.
Last time you had that many in a row, it was kind of like, oh, wait, wrong day.
Yeah, I figured out, because, man, it sounds familiar, and it was familiar. This time, no. But there you go. That's it. That's what happened today in music history. Yeah, there you go. You got a little stronger there at the end. All right. Zion Williamson. Stupid is what stupid does, right? So he still has to make $42.2 million next year and $44.9 million the following year. They're talking about extending Zion Williamson in New Orleans because he played 62 games this year, averaged 21 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 3.2 assists. Good numbers, don't get me wrong. But why would you extend them when you have 2 years left and you control everything? Why not wait till the final year, till the final year is almost over? That's what I would do with his fat ass. This is a guy that's constantly injured. Why would you want to extend him now? He has to do his best to stay healthy for 2 more years. And I don't know if the report is true. Maybe it's a bogus report. I read it this morning. I'm like, do you people ever learn? You know, that's the thing to me. Like, do you ever learn about what's going on? What you're involved with. Anyway. Don't forget, folks, we're out here at Acura Pembroke Pines, and they've always got a great deal going on. The Spring into Performance sales event right now, the 2026 Integra, $249 a month, 2.9% financing for 60 months. The RDX 2026 model, 3.9% financing for 60 months. The ADX 2026 model, $319 a month, 3.9% financing for 60 months. The MDX, one of the best SUVs in the world, man, $499 a month, 3.9% financing for 60 months. Come on out here and see Larry Schlossberg and all the great guys out here. They know how to get it done, and they've been our sponsors for 15 years, man. They are absolutely phenomenal. They work hard, and they'll make you a great deal. So if you're looking to make a deal right now, come on out here. They've got amazing deals, great financing available. Take advantage here at Craig Zinn's, Acura of Pembroke Pines. I want to thank, of course, the great Sean Stanley. I thank, of course, the amazing David Furones, all of you for tuning in, hitting the like button. Thank you. Please hit that like button whenever you're watching the show. We appreciate it immensely. Share the show, all of that good stuff. You can also make a donation anytime, anywhere. Appreciate it, as always, at Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. And, of course, support our amazing sponsors like Moody's Dental and Sloman's and Fort Lauderdale United, EJD Construction, Welton Ray, Caneswear, Laser Eye Center of Miami, Toyota of Hollywood, Acura of Pembroke Pines, All Year Cooling, R&M Contractors, Hialeah Park Casino, Moody's Dental, Subaru of Pembroke Pines, great sponsors. They keep us going, and we appreciate all of you out there. We shall see you on Monday morning. Same time, same place, same bat channel.